The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Spoilers for Tuesday, October 8, reveal that Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, will have an important discussion with Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, after his terrible attempt at playing wingman. All Liam did was talk about his ex-wives and daughters, so Will may suspect that his brother might want a family reunion deep down. Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McSinn's Wood, has made it crystal clear that she's happy with John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, but Will might hold out hope that Liam can get back together with Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Although Will has no interest in watching Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, reunite, he may argue that it's a different situation between Hope and Liam. Beth Spencer, Jordan Gracie, is still quite young, so Will may acknowledge that her parents' reunion might be a good thing. Hope and Liam have both betrayed each other in the past, but Will may see the potential for them to look to the future. Whatever the case, Will's going to have a brother-to-brother conversation with Liam and help him gain a new understanding. Meanwhile, Hope will have to process the kiss she just shared with Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. This sizzling connection has come as a real surprise to Hope, but she kissed back and doesn't seem opposed to what's happening between them. However, Liam will catch Hope off guard when he admits he misses her at some point during the week of October 7 to 11. Hope will have a lot on her mind since her love life will come with plenty of twists and turns. In the meantime, let's discuss some romantic scenes between Steffy and Finn. Finn and Steffy always manage to squeeze in as many lovey-dovey moments as they can when they're not working. It sounds like Finn will once again express his gratitude now that Steffy is back in his arms. All the Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, mayhem brought quite a scare, but Steffy and Finn will reiterate that nothing is ever going to truly tear them apart. Of course, that could be wishful thinking since this is a soap where major drama is always just around the corner. Should Finn and Steffy be worried about the next challenge on the horizon? Our B&B predictions point to Steffy and Finn having some unexpected issues to tackle soon, so we'll bring you updates on any hurdles that might land in their path. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Finn and Steffy will celebrate their love for now, but bad news often follows a couple's peaceful bliss. CDL will have other terrific Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates to check out, so stop by regularly for more B&B details. It was a typical sunny Tuesday in Los Angeles, but as usual in the world of the Bold and the Beautiful, the calm was deceiving. There was always something bubbling just beneath the surface. October 8 promised to be no different, with love, heartache, and drama all poised to take center stage. At Spencer Publications, Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, sat behind his desk, contemplating life's latest twist. He was still replaying the previous night's pizza debacle with his younger brother, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow. The family dinner at Il Giardino had been meant as a fun outing to introduce Will to some of the young ladies from Forrester Creations, but it had backfired spectacularly. Instead of charming his companions, Liam had inadvertently turned the conversation into a walk down memory lane, talking endlessly about his past relationships and his daughters. Will, a teenager wise beyond his years, had been less than impressed with Liam's awkward attempt at being his wingman. Today, Will stood in Liam's office, ready to set his older brother straight. "Liam, I know you've been through a lot," Will began, sitting across from him with an air of seriousness that belied his age. "But last night, it wasn't just about showing off pictures of Beth and Kelly. You kept talking about Hope." Liam shifted uncomfortably in his seat. "Hope's important to me," he said. Knowing that statement only scratched the surface of the complex feelings he still harbored for his ex-wife, Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Will nodded, his brow furrowed. "I get that. But do you ever wonder if maybe you're not done with her? I know Steffy's with Finn now, but there's still something there with you and Hope." Liam opened his mouth to respond, but found himself pausing. Will's words hit closer to home than he expected. He had always been in and out of Hope's life, sometimes as a lover, sometimes as a co-parent, but always connected. His heart ached at the mere thought of her, despite the turbulence of their past. Will pressed on. Look, I don't want to see Mom and Dad get back together. They're better apart, but with you and Hope, it's different. Maybe a family reunion wouldn't be such a bad thing. Liam sighed deeply, trying to collect his thoughts. It's not that simple, Will. Hope and I have been through a lot. We hurt each other. I don't even know if we could go back. But Beth's still so young, Will countered. She deserves to have both her parents together. You know what it's like to grow up in a split home. Maybe it's time to stop thinking about what went wrong and focus on what could be right. As the conversation drew to a close, Liam couldn't help but feel a twinge of hope. Could Will be right? Was it possible that a reunion with Hope was still in the cards? Across town at Forrester Creations, Hope Logan was dealing with her own whirlwind of emotions. She had kissed Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, the previous evening, and it had been unexpected, to say the least. Carter was one of her closest colleagues, someone she trusted implicitly. But after everything that had happened in her love life, from the end of her marriage to Liam to the complicated feelings she still held for Thomas Forrester, Carter's gentle affection had taken her by surprise. Hope sat at her desk, replaying the moment over and over in her mind. She had kissed him back, a decision that seemed both thrilling and terrifying. Carter was a wonderful man, kind and reliable. But was she truly ready to open herself up again, especially to someone like him, who had his own romantic baggage? A knock at the door pulled her from her thoughts, and Carter entered with his usual calm demeanor. His smile was warm but hesitant, as though he too was trying to make sense of what had transpired between them. "Hey," he said softly, closing the door behind him. "I've been thinking about last night." Hope felt her pulse quicken. "Me too," she admitted. "I wasn't expecting any of that." Carter nodded, walking toward her. "Neither was I, but it felt right, didn't it? I mean, I know we've both been through a lot, and maybe we're both looking for someone to share our lives with, someone who gets it." Hope stood, wrapping her arms around herself protectively. "It's just, everything's been so complicated for me lately. I'm not sure I'm ready for another relationship, especially not with someone I work with." "I understand," Carter said gently. "But if you ever want to talk, you know I'm here. No pressure, no expectations." As Carter left the room, Hope sat down, feeling more conflicted than ever. She liked Carter, maybe more than she wanted to admit. But what did that mean for her future? Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Masinswood, and John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, were basking in the joy of their reunion. After all the chaos surrounding Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, and her secrets, they were finally in a place of peace, or so it seemed. Finn wrapped his arms around Steffi as they stood on the deck overlooking the ocean, a serene scene that contrasted starkly with the turmoil that had dominated their lives for months. Steffi leaned back into him, feeling the warmth of his embrace. "I'm so glad you're back," Finn murmured into her ear, his voice filled with gratitude. "I don't know what I'd do without you." Steffi smiled, turning to face him. "You're never going to have to find out. I'm not going anywhere." They kissed, and for a brief moment, it felt like nothing in the world could ever tear them apart. But this was the bold and the beautiful, and Steffi knew all too well that peace never lasted for long. "I just keep thinking about everything we've been through," Finn said, his brow furrowing. "Luna, Sheila, it feels like every time we're in a good place, something happens to try and pull us apart." Steffi nodded, resting her head against his chest. "But we've always made it through, haven't we? We're stronger because of it." Finn kissed the top of her head, but the worry in his eyes lingered. He couldn't shake the feeling that trouble was just around the corner. As the day drew to a close, the residents of Los Angeles were left with more questions than answers. Liam was still processing his brother's words, wondering if he truly did miss Hope in a way that could lead to a reunion. Hope, on the other hand, was trying to make sense of her feelings for Carter while dealing with the complexities of her past with Liam and Thomas. And Steffi and Finn. They were happy for now. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, bliss was often the prelude to chaos. Would their love withstand the next storm, or would the looming shadows tear them apart once more? One thing was certain: as the sun set over Los Angeles, the stage was set for more heartbreak, more passion, and more drama. Because in the world of the Forresters, Spencers, and Logans, nothing ever stayed simple for long.